Hello y'all, my name is Miriam and welcome back to my channel. This week's reading is a timeless reading all about who are your spirit guides. Who are your spirit guides? So this may be some guides that you haven't met yet, or if you're just looking to expand your knowledge on who is on the astral plane watching over you, or expand your knowledge on what your subconscious mind is telling you, then you're in the right place. Remember that tarot is either spirit guides coming through or your own subconscious mind helping you solve life's ponders. Either way, that is healthy, positive, and wonderful. So welcome to my channel again. If you're new to my channel, we do pick-a-cards with oracles right now, and then a central tarot deck for all of the readings. Generally, you never know though, I might change it up depending on what I'm feeling for the readings. So today's tarot deck is the gold foil tarot that I found on Amazon. And these are kind of these fun little plasticky, waterproof, very detailed and shiny cards. I also have a gold deck. This is what I think they call light brown, but it's kind of like a rose gold color. These are what we're going to use in each of the readings. And then for pile one, we have Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle cards. For pile number two, we have Sacred Light Oracle. Pile three is Magic of Unicorns. Super fun if you're into unicorns, or if you know that you already have some unicorn guides. That's definitely a way to know you should pick that pile. And then this is Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. I found all of these on Amazon, and I got all of them just the other day, so I was having fun unpacking them. For crystals, I also got these on Amazon. These are just little crystals that come with little pendant tops, so you can wear them on any chains that you want. They don't usually come labeled. It just tells you whether or not the stones are natural. So I just buy the natural ones, and I know some of them I don't know. So you can always tell me in the comment box what I'm showing you. If I'm like, I don't know what this is, you can tell me. But this is clear quartz for pile one. It's super clear. Then for pile two, we have rose quartz. Pile three is probably some kind of crazy lace agate. I'm guessing, I could be wrong, but it's very stripy. It's like a periwinkle blue purple color. And then for pile four, I'm guessing this is some kind of jasper, but I also could be wrong. It's very pretty though, very earthy. And that is the one that I have set on pile four. All right, go ahead and pause the video if you need to concentrate on the pile that is calling to you. Feel free to listen to more than one if you're getting a sense for all of them, because there might be bits and pieces in each of the readings for you. All right, there will be timestamps listed below. I will see you in your individual readings. Bye. Hello, pile one. So today you picked the clear quartz, and you also picked the Wisdom of the House of Night. These are shiny little cards with very sharp little corners. And you've already got a little stack poking out here. That looks pretty good. So pile one. Who are your guides? Pile one. It looks like 6 cards popped out. So we'll just start from the top and work our way through. We have High Priestess of Spirit, number 7. We also have Focus, number 17. Also have the High Priestess of Fire, number 5. We have Vision, Aphrodite, number 8. When they spin like that, pay particular attention to those ones. We also have number 41, belonging, house of night. And then lastly, we have high priestess of earth. Okay, pile ones. First of all, let's get these all situated in a way that is conductive to you being able to see them all. Here we go. Maybe I'll squish them together a little bit. All right, pile ones. So what I'm seeing coming in for you, for your guides, some of them are like guides themselves, and some of them are either clues that you will pick up on because it's your guide coming through, if that makes sense, like a personal guide to you, like a person that you knew on Earth, okay? And then there's like some personality qualities that your guides are nurturing within you is what I'm picking up for piles one. So we have the high priestess of spirit, and keep in mind this is also general reading. So like if all of these speak to you, great. If there's only a few or even just one, just take what you get from that one and we'll move on. So we have the high priestess of spirit, number 7. With this one, I see a very strong like crown chakra. I'm also seeing, if you look closely, let me try to get around the glare. Do you see those faces up here at the top? So I'm seeing females, 2 females, and I'm seeing a male, and I'm seeing them clustered together. These 3 guides that I'm seeing, I feel protect your crown, okay? If you're into chakras, the crown is like basically your highest like point, or your most spiritual self is like the very top of your head, okay? And so even if you don't believe in like chakras and stuff like that, I'm seeing that those guides in particular are very much present over your thoughts and over your spiritual inspiration, if that makes sense. I'm seeing them as human spirits. So possibly people that knew you on Earth, possibly ancestors, not necessarily related family, but people connected to each other. These 2 almost look like twins, if that speaks to any of you. They are directly linked to helping you focus your chi or your power or your spiritual centeredness, okay? So I'm seeing 3 guides over here. I'm also seeing with the high priestess of fire and the fire here that there's some heavy element of fire energy, okay? And fire, I feel like, comes from like more of like your solar plexus chakra. Hope I'm doing this right. I hope I'm feeling that. And that would be more like the fiery like part in your center. I'm thinking of like that novel, The Road, where the dad and the little boy, if you've ever read it, are carrying, they talk about carrying the fire, is like their like mantra for always relying on their higher selves to do good in this like bad world that they live in kind of situation. Great book if you've never read it. Anyway, yeah, some very fiery energy. So what I'm seeing over here with Aphrodite on the other side of this card, and vision, is this very divine feminine energy that I'm picking up from your soul, that your guides are very sorry, I'm like, when I lean on this table, I rattle things. I'm seeing this divine feminine energy that your guides are nurturing, protecting, and in charge of. You might want to look up some stuff on Aphrodite herself, and look up also her equivalent in other cultures, if that makes sense. She's very much like an earth goddess of beauty, of sensuality, of pleasure. And so I feel like she is sort of in charge of like, or this guide has these qualities of her. Does that make sense? So it might not be a female guide per se, but I am getting like a divine feminine energy from her that's speaking to this idea of like moon, womb, sexual energy, and passion, and like fiery passion is what I'm seeing from this guide here. So I'm seeing pile ones as being very fiery, very passionate, very focused people. Wand energy, okay? And your guides are catering to that. They're telling you that's what you should focus on, that you should be focusing and harnessing and honing in on those attributes of yourself because they're important for your soul growth. Okay. Belonging, house of night. This also means to me that you are pile ones, that your guides are telling you that you're part of this larger belonging of soul tribe. Okay. That your purpose here on earth is one of spiritual making. Okay. So no matter what your position is on earth, you might be in a good job, but you might not. Okay. It doesn't matter. Like you might be poor, you might be rich. What I'm picking up here from your guides is that spiritually you belong to a large order of very powerful energy. Okay. A lot of guides behind you of magical and spiritual and very focused, almost like a primal understanding of like the mysticism within yourself, if that makes sense. So then over here we have the high priestess of the earth. So again, I'm getting this earthly goddess energy. Okay. Pay attention to the numbers because those are going to be significant for you if you're in the right place, kind of deal. Use them as little signs and guides, excuse me. So with the high priestess, I'm seeing this like, yeah, divine connections to like the moon energy, that goddess energy, earth mother energy. So, and like also this idea of with the fire energy, I'm also getting a sense of balance with water energy as well. And that your guides are very clear in their purpose with you. But I feel like you're already clear in purpose with yourself, whether or not mentally or not, but spiritually, your soul is exactly where it's supposed to be, is what I'm picking up from your guides. Okay. So I'm getting a lot of female guide energy, but with this belonging, I'm also getting this vast sense of like several very prominent, very organized, and like guides that work not only with you but with each other. Like they're not just coming in one at a time. Like you get like a whole crew, like a whole think tank of like awesome spiritual guides in your corner, which is very, very awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some tarot for you. Go ahead and mute if the shuffling of these cards is a little too much. They're easy to shuffle though, let me tell you. Ooh, here we go. All right. So right here we have the Six of Cups in reverse. Zoom in on that so you can see some of those details for symbols that mean stuff to you. Then we also have the Three of Swords. I have the Ace of Wands. I was also picking up some air wand energy with you folk. Let's see what else. The King of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. Also both in reverse. And the King of Cups. It's interesting that you've got all these, you also got 6 tarot cards. So I'm definitely picking up on some 6 energy. 6 in a lot of spiritual numerology type stuff could mean family. We also pulled the 6 of Cups, I just realized. And then Pentacles speak a lot of like earthly, monetary, health type things. Ace of Wands. Aces are beginnings. Wand is fire energy. And then I think I said air earlier, but I'm a dork because that's incorrect. And then we have the King of Cups over here and the 3 of Swords. So what I'm seeing for, sorry, this was reversed. Pile 1 with these is some clarification on how these guides are going to help you. That is how these tarot cards are coming through. I'm not so much seeing like that these court cards are representing guides themselves or even these. Does that make sense? So what I'm seeing here, because there's 6 cards, almost like one for each of those, I feel like that's significant. So give me just a second here to focus in. So with the High Priestess of Spirit being above the 6 of Cups in reverse, I'm seeing this. Well, I'm getting nauseated, so that's always a good sign that we're on to something here, pile number 1. If I have to pause, I will, but I'll try to get through it. So we have the 6 of Cups in reverse directly under this. I'm thinking that with some of these, there's a direct mirror of something, or a mirror correspondent, or a reflection of some kind. So let me try to explain that a little better. So with this one, talking about your crown chakra and your highest spiritual self, the guides that are in charge of your highest spiritual purpose on this earth is what I'm picking up for you. So you're definitely some deep thinkers, pile 1s. I'm seeing with a 6 of Cups, this is usually what we see as like the nostalgia card. In the reverse, it usually means that like you're holding on to something that you need to let go of, maybe, or that you need to grow up, or there's all kinds of different things that it can mean. But in this particular instance, with the placement of it and the topic that we're on and the guides that are coming through for me, is that this is almost like an as above, so below situation, where like these guides are just saying to you that they've been with you since childhood and that they will continue on with you throughout your time on this earth, and that this was no accident, that they've been assigned to you, that they've volunteered for this position, and that no matter what, they're always going to be there to look after you, to give you guidance. And so I'm just seeing more of like a tree of life situation. Like I'm not seeing a negative aspect of this because it's in the reverse, is what I kind of wanted to make sure. They're also going to help you focus on healing your heart, or healing the hurt and heartache that you've had in this lifetime. Since this card is showing up, my cats are tracking catnip and cat hair all over this table. And this is such a focused reading. I'm thinking that your guides are bringing out that they understand that you are aware of and very focused on the pain in your heart. Okay. This is pain, I think, also from like childhood or from the past. Okay. And that this fire energy, it's so cool that this got directly underneath and it's a fire sign. Okay. That high noon, heat intensive, nurturing, divine feminine energy, okay, is going to help heal you and help you reshift your focus away from this heartache that you've sustained and these hurts that you've felt, and help channel that into this new inspiration and new beginning for yourself. Okay, so I would definitely, if I were you, pile 1s, start meditating and really start focusing on the numbers that you see here and the feelings that you're getting and the feelings you've had even since you were a child, because these guides have been with you since childhood. That means they were there with you during these times of heartache. And it also means that they helped you through it. They protected you. I get this from my guides all the time. All those times of trauma could have been worse. Um, but they were there with you through all of it, and they will continue to stay with you and help you through. And that they're here to remind you that even at your darkest times, you survived all of those, like the sayings go, right? That you're going to keep surviving again. And they're going to keep helping you through every new endeavor. So I'm feeling a movement past this, that they're trying to help you through this, pile one. The vision aspect of this card and the moon and inspiration and being right next to the house of night and belonging. I'm seeing this aspect of magical inspiration, or like this interest being ignited in you to study up into your guides, which is why you were drawn to this in the first place. Okay, so start following your intuition, start looking at moon magic. I'm hearing start connecting to the moon. If you feel more of a masculine connection to like the god, your guides are coming and telling you to focus on the divine feminine as well. Okay, and to look into that, because there's a huge, I'm trying to get this little cat here. I don't know if you can see it. This huge push to like get you to feel this magic that is in your life, and to understand the importance of your soul and how magical it is, because you're in this life right now, but they're with you always in this life and the next. And so you have some kind of a contract with them to come here and do some kind of spiritual work that is important beyond just like, oh, I found out for myself that, I'm very spiritual and it's a big part of my life. Like, this is something that they're saying is like a little more important. Like, they want you to kind of focus on maybe the fact that you have extraordinary powers that most people don't have, or extraordinary talents, if you will. With the King of Pentacles in reverse, what I'm picking up from that, this is like a well-established king on the earth. Okay, he's got his monies, he's got well balanced in his kingdom, just very well established here on the earthly plane. And that's not because it's reversed. I'm again not seeing anything negative about that. What I'm seeing is, again, with this vision, they want you to focus away from earthly matters. Not that they think you're being materialistic, which this card can also mean, but that's not what they're saying. What they're saying is they want you to focus away from earthly matters and focus on your spiritual connections. Like, I'm seeing them calling you to do a lot of studying into this, to really start exploring it. And I feel like it's going to be new for a lot of you, this exploration. So turning away from earthly matters and turning towards more spiritual inspiration, divine inspiration. Okay. However that means for you, if that means going to church more, if you're a church person, or going on walks more and meditating more, or going and seeking out, a personal reading from someone, or however you want to go about that. I'm also seeing, again, with number 41, belonging. Again, they're speaking to that huge crew of guides that are not only just here to watch over you, but they are also here to train you, to help you fulfill this higher purpose that you've come here for. It's not just about helping you stumble your way through life. Like, you're supposed to be doing like important spiritual stuff in this life, is what I'm getting from your guides, and that's what they're here assigned to do, to help you. With the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, again, I'm seeing the exact same message that I'm seeing here. The exact same thing, turning away from those earthly matters, but take that focus and shift it towards the divine feminine. Start studying divine feminine mythology, start looking into goddesses and their aspects, okay? And turn away so much from the earthly matters of the goddesses on earth and start looking at what their spiritual components are, because that is what you are needing to train for at this time, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if some of the people in this group end up being male. At some point down the road, I could see males being attracted to this particular pile, just because of that aspect of being connected more to that divine feminine energy. But I'm also getting a huge female connection that you've known it's always there, you've been aware of it, but you haven't quite started practicing it in your everyday life. Okay. With the High Priestess of Earth, this is again speaking to like experience, studying, becoming that well-learned curandora or medicine woman type energy, okay, of a woman who is one with the earth, one with the spirit of the earth, okay, not just like, oh, you're making lots of money and you're doing a great job. This is speaking about spiritualism specifically, and that with the experience that you gain, it will help you gain the emotional maturity of the King of Cups, which will bring you this well-rounded peace inside of yourself, okay, and a sense of direction and a sense of belonging that I think that you're searching for. All right, pile ones, that is what I am picking up for you. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments if this resonated with you. Also, give me some ideas on topics. I'm terrible at picking the pile ones. As always, stay safe and savvy, and we will see you in my next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, pile twos, and if you picked this pile, here are your messages about who your guides are. This one just popped right off the bottom, so we'll just get this one right off the bat. Number 18, Language of Light. We have, I don't know if you can see that, Rediscovery, Humble Wanderer, Communication. Looks like we have the 6-point star behind. I'm also seeing like, with the image on the card itself, I'm seeing this female energy from my guides, a little dolphin, of a lady who liked water. Okay. I'm also seeing like an older woman than you were, like maybe somebody from your life, like an aunt or a grandmother, a very strong, even maybe a mother for some of you. A very strong, like motherly vibe, but like of the grandmother, cool aunt variety of like somebody who isn't in charge of grounding you per se or keeping you from getting in trouble, but somebody who teaches you about like life. Okay, so I'm getting a female guide coming through who is yeah, life of the party, like maybe she was like into dancing is something that I'm getting. And I'm getting like an earthly vibe of like somebody who is alive, maybe during your lifetime, but for some of you, maybe not. Maybe it's like a cool ancestor that you've heard stories about, like, but I'm getting like more distant, like if they didn't know you in this life, they knew like your relatives who are older than you, like your grandparents or your great grandparents, if that makes any sense. But I'm getting the sense of this like lively woman who loves to dance and who loves life. Maybe it was like for some of you would take you to the fair and get your face painted, or like would give you little wings to wear for Halloween, and loved dolphins. Maybe she had dolphins all over her house. Like I'm picturing like a lady's house that maybe you would visit that had like lots of knickknacks, and maybe she had some dolphins lying around. Okay, that being said, let's go ahead and shuffle these. Jeez, you guys are just coming right through today. We have 31, Temple of Mary, emotional expression, playful innocence, exploitation. Okay, I'm picking up another female guide. Somewhat earthly as well. So I'm like thinking like a person, you know, like a person who lived on the earth and then passed away. I'm getting the sense that they were Catholic, maybe in their religion, okay, or that they had that same type of, I'm feeling like the rigidness of like Catholicism, of like, not in a bad way though, but like just somebody who is very strict, not like, again, in a bad way, but like strict to their beliefs, strict to their methodology that they conducted in their lives. And I am getting a Catholic vibe. Almost like I'm also getting kind of a Hispanic vibe. So I'm not sure if that speaks to some of you as well. Okay, let's, like a very family oriented vibe, like people in this family, people in your families, I'm guessing. for pile twos that it's very family oriented and extended, or at least it was at one time, like maybe in the past. And I'm seeing like an expansion out to like America. I'm seeing like putting down roots here and raising family here, and then just like really creating this lineage of people that was so important on Earth as well as it is on the other plane. So like even on the other plane, they are still connected to this family, if that makes sense. We also have 35 violet fire, transmutation, detoxification, psychic vision, and constant distraction. So, oh, look at that. Look. It's the same star, you guys. Do you see? Sorry, I whispered because I whisper when I get excited. It's the same star. Do you see that? Okay, so what I'm also seeing here is sorry, I just got this like huge sensation in my chest. So this is definitely a powerful guide coming through, or a powerful energy coming through. I want you, pile two people, after this is over, to get online and do some YouTube searches for like guided meditations on like the violet flame or the violet fire, okay, or the violet prism, okay, because that is a huge symbol and a huge symbol and manifestation of like protection of personal power that is divine. Okay, so this, I don't know for sure if this is an actual guide coming through or if this is just the general power that I'm getting from your guides. I just focused in on this candle over here, which is also purple, by the way, which was an accident. I was trying to find a tea light and I couldn't find one. And all my tea lights are white. So I found this little purple candle in a little holder to keep it in place instead, because I had to get on with this reading before the sun patch finds its way over to me and starts baking me, and I have to switch tables before I get done with my reading today. So that being said, the violet fire, it also purges away negativity and transmutes it into positivity, but not just like positive, oh, I was feeling bad and now I feel good kind of energy. It's like I was in the depths of hell and now I'm like enlightened and protected and spiritually sound. Okay, so I'm feeling from your guides that that's their purpose here, is to help you find spiritual soundness. Okay, and with the Temple of Mary, I get that idea of like the Mother Mary of like, or like, I'm again just like picking up on this heavy Hispanic vibe, but this like, Virgin of Guadalupe, like energy of like, this like nurturing female presence. And I'm getting that from her as well. It could be that this is the power she's bringing to you, but I do get a sense of like two separate guides here for some of you. Sorry, it's a lot of energy to take in. Sorry for all my uhs. Is that what I want to say for these right now? Okay, let's go ahead and find you a few more. This one also popped out of the bottom. Temple of Secrets. Man, this card's heavy. Okay, so Temple of Secrets number 32. Secrecy, isolation, observation, and ritual magic. I'm also seeing like a temple behind her. Okay. This, however, with the skulls and the candles and the 3 and the 2 energy, notice how you have a lot of 3s, a lot of 5 energy. This adds to 5. Very interesting. Okay, so with this card, I'm sensing this also, this idea of, oh gosh, and I'm sorry, and look, it's just like these, like, you could line up their lines on some of these to make some of these same symbols. Anyway, I'm seeing like a paganism aspect as well, not so much European, but like Native American, Aztec, ancient kind of stuff coming through. I've seen like temple with like skulls, but the skulls aren't necessarily like a bad or negative thing, like skulls in the sense of like celebrating that cycle of life, kind of like sugar skulls and things like that, celebrating death as a part of life. So yeah, so much spiritual energy coming through for you that's familial, but also ancestral and cultural. So if you're not Hispanic, of that descent, if you're like a European descent like I am or something like that, I would look at just your culture in general, because there's definitely because it is a general reading, there's definitely a cultural strength, like a familial passed down generation from generation. Maybe even people in your distant family were practitioners of mysticism or magic. Let's try for one more of these, because we're getting all kinds of goodies. Ooh, we got 2. Okay. Interesting. Pile 1 got 6 cards as well. Okay. We have energy medicine. Look at that again. Another 5. 1, 4. Okay, so we have, sorry, sensuality, devotion, celestial fertility, and deep rest. Yes, again, I'm also seeing this idea of motherly female guidance. These like I'm seeing this whole like familial line of like women who taught the other women below them, or the younger women who came up, in the family, to not only cook and clean and establish herself as a female in her respective culture and respective family, and filling those roles, but also this sense of this spiritual guidance of divine feminine and motherhood coming through, motherhood and beyond, like going from like motherhood to being like a grandmother. And then yes, look at this. So then we have this older woman, right, coming through, and we have 29 sphere of light, healing hands, empathetic qualities, and animal wisdom. Yeah, definitely like this idea of this Mother Earth magic, this like guidance throughout all of Earth's matters. Okay, the spiritual, motherly, nurturing guidance. We have a bear up here, a horse, it looks like a doe, and coyote is coming through. There's also, I believe this is a hawk. So those might be animals you want to look up, pile 2s, on possible spirit guides that would like to introduce themselves to you, because I'm also getting this connection of these women guides are very in tune with nature as well. Like I'm picturing like like an older woman like this, like sitting out, like, doing harvesting work, or like snapping beans on like her back porch, or getting together for like a big family like event. Very grandma-ish, but it's not just grandma. It's like there's like 3 aunts and like, 2 or 3 different like older women, and they very much rule the roost kind of culture. Is what I'm picking up from this whole entire group of guides that you have. And then also this divine protection and spirituality that they want you to explore. So let's get some tarot and see if if this will give you some more clarification on who your guides are, and maybe just what they're doing with you. Okay. Lots of reversals. Oh. Okay. I want maybe at least one more tarot card. Here we go. You know what? Let's take these 2, because the same thing happened with pile 1. They got 6 of these in their oracle cards, right? And then they got 6 tarot cards. And so I just kind of, let's just go with it. Okay. So we have the Judgment card in reverse. I'm I'm going to tell you what all these are first and show them to you, and then we'll start talking about what they mean. We also have the Empress in reverse. We have the Moon in reverse. I'll show it to you in upright so you can get those details. We have the Ace of Pentacles upright. We have Temperance in reverse. And we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. All right, pile twos. Oh, okay. Okay, so I hesitated there for a second, and then the flame, look at the flame over here. It's getting huge and very tilted. I'm going to turn it around to try to help it. Goodness gracious. It popped at me a second ago because I thought in my head, man, all these reversals, I hope I'm not like making them think this is all negative. And then the pop was like this motherly, grandmotherly, like, you don't get to pick how you tell this reading, you have to tell them how it is. So, yes, ma'am. So these female guides that are coming in, I'm seeing them kind of crossing their arms. You know, one of them has like a wooden spoon, you know, that she's doing this. My mom and grandmas used to threaten us with the wooden spoon for a disciplinary measure. Very rarely did they have to use it because we were just scared of the spoon itself. So anywho, not that your guides are going to spank you with a wooden spoon, but what I'm seeing here from your guides, and this is why there's so many reversals, okay, is with the Judgment card. The Judgment card isn't so much about like being judged, okay? It's about like your own personal judgments, but it's also about this idea of answering a calling, like a spiritual calling, okay? And standing up for that. So what I'm seeing with the reversal for some of you, and for some of you it's not as strong of a message. For some of these, I'm seeing more of like a reflection, and I did this with pile one as well. It was like they got a lot of reversals as well, and it was like I was seeing these guides like saying that they were like an as above, so below energy of like, this is the lesson, now do this on earth. This is the lesson, now do this on earth. This is the lesson, now do this in life. Does that make sense? And so a lot of them are upside down because it's like a reflection, like staring into water, okay? And for some of you, I'm getting that. And we'll get to you guys in just a second, okay? For the others, I'm seeing some of that, not negative energy, but some of the more traditional sense of the upside down reversal energy is that with the Judgment card and it being reversed, I'm seeing a sense maybe of some impatience from some of these motherly female guides, that there's been like a delay in you either being receptive to what they're teaching you, or even you recognizing that they're there, okay? And so they want you, with the Empress card being in reverse, very much a mother, you know, she's always pregnant, she's always fertile. Mother Mary is a pregnancy type, you know, figure. With it being reversed, I'm seeing this idea of take that spirituality and do it here on earth. Okay, and that's what I'm getting for the second energy as well, is take that energy, do it here on earth. Answer the call. Take that spirituality, do it here on earth. Okay, but for some of you with the reversals, I'm seeing an impatience and from some of your guides saying that you're resisting, or that you're just not recognizing, or that you're just not doing enough to do that right now, and they want you to focus on it more. They're talking with the Violet Fire, and with the Moon card being in reverse, I'm seeing very much with this one this idea of not that you're not doing anything, but that to enjoy that protection from it, you need to harness it and apply it here on earth. Okay, so start meditating on those aspects and doing them and acting out their lessons here on earth is what I'm getting. And if you do that, you'll be right on the money, and all good things will be coming to you. Okay, all good things will happen. Things that weren't in balance, right? Because temperance is all about balance, but with reversal, it speaks of an imbalance. All that's not in balance will suddenly become balanced. She's very poised. She's very in control. Ritualistically, even the way that this culture pours their tea at tea times, okay, is a very specific, unique, precise, poised, deliberate way of doing something. So they want you to take action in deliberate ways, okay? And not necessarily take action like quit your job or, whatever, move or whatever, nothing physical like that. Spiritually, okay? They want you to take action, and that will bring that into balance for you, okay? And bring that into balance here. With the Ace of Wands, okay, and I'm sorry, I get nauseated sometimes, which means I'm right on the money. If I have to pause, I will, but I'll try to get through it. So we have this elderly lady kind of looking up and like taking in all these different directions, okay? I'm almost sensing this sense from some of you in pile 2 that you feel like it's too late to do all this for some reason. And your guides are saying it's never too late. And with the Ace of Wands reversed, wands are about fire energy, spiritual energy, inspiration, okay? Soul power, bigger picture stuff. With the Sphere of Light and with the Ace of Wands being reversed, I'm also getting that sense of like feeling like, oh, it's too late to do all that. Like you've either gone down this other path too far. Some of you are like, I'm too old to switch paths. Some of you are like, I'm too busy to study any more about spirituality or even have time to think about it. And what your guides are saying is that's not true. Like the wands are all about beginnings, okay? And so they want you to take that energy and flip it to being of a beginner mind and this idea of being open, because all of this stuff that they've been trying to show you, they've been trying to show you all your life, and that's been their whole purpose on earth when they were here, and it's what your purpose on earth is here as well. And they want you to carry on, like carry that torch, right, through your own family and carry on that tradition with the young in your family. Or, if it's not family, if it's like the young in your life, okay? Like if you work with youth or if you inspire younger people in some way, okay? I hope that makes sense. I got all overwhelmed with stuff there. Okay, so not all of you have guides that are like, get on it, pile 2s, okay? Some of them are saying just continue. This is how to do it. You do these things that we're showing you. Here you have some guidance with some signs that we're giving you. Now do it on earth. Now do it on earth. Now do it on earth to get the rewards of the Ace of Pentacles, which is like, baby, the best card ever, okay? Like one of the best cards ever as far as like living earth times, like living your physical time on earth the best way possible, okay? With like fresh beginnings, fresh wonders, everything's coming up roses, okay? All right, so that all being said, pile 2s, I highly suggest you take your guides' advice, okay? Embrace them, talk to them. Even if you can't hear them, they can hear you, okay? Focus on them. They'll come to you in different ways and show you. And those times you think, I wonder if that was them. It probably was, okay? If you don't believe in guides, your mind will come up with those answers for you, okay? With these symbols, because your mind knows what it needs. Pile 2s. So that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Please take care of your stells. I can't talk, pile 2s. I'm just gonna go. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Hello, pile 3s. And if you picked the unicorn pile, this is going to be your reading. So since you picked the unicorn pile, I would definitely look into studying about some unicorns. They are actually a very spiritual being that is all kinds of good. Okay, so All kinds of little poppy out cards for you already. Ooh, we might be good to go. Okay. It's so weird. It's like all the groups have been getting like this like 6-card draw energy, and I just keep going with it because I don't know how many cards I'm supposed to do. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. For your first one, we have number 38, Unicorn Portal. Focus your light and listen for a message. Good. So your guides are definitely, and I'm seeing two. I'm seeing a male energy and a female energy. Okay. Maybe parents. Definitely like a mother-father vibe of somebody. So grandparents that were important. Keep in mind too, guides can always be like non-human beings or ancestors that you didn't know in this lifetime, as well as passed away individuals that you did know in this lifetime. So they can also be people, souls that you may meet later that have not been born into this world yet. So that's always fun to think about. So your guides are definitely saying that they've been trying to contact you with this card, and I'm seeing a papa mama energy, like a human daddy and a human mommy. Okay, and 38 may be significant to some of you in pile 3. We also have 36, be a beacon, be an inspiration, light the way for others. Okay, so then I also see with this unicorn looking over these people, I'm seeing this as being you people in piles 3, okay, that this is the people who are watching this video, and that you're sending up this prayer to your guides or to your gods, okay, on what inspiration you need. And the message that's coming through from your guides is that you're supposed to be an inspiration and light the way for others. And then I see all these kids. So I'm seeing this inspiration with young people on earth from people in piles 3, okay? That if you're not already working with youth, that you have a gift in working with them, and your guides want you to see that. So it might be like young people within your family lineage. Maybe you have lots of nieces and nephews. Maybe in your own family you have a lot of kids, and you're kind of the one that goes and does stuff with them more and teaches them more of like the life lessons. You could be teachers. You could be somebody who works with like as a social worker. You could be somebody that's into spiritualism and you work with kids, or somebody that's into psychology who works with kids. So let's also, you might just be interested in working, like when you want to help people, you might automatically think of kids, okay? And that's something that your guides are saying they want to help you with. They want to help you. You've been asking them for inspiration on what to do with yourself, okay? Which is probably what drew you here in the first place. And they're showing that like the end of that rainbow, the answer to that prayer is helping kids. And you see this little guy in the wheelchair here. It might be helping kids who are at a disadvantage in some way, okay? People with special needs, at-risk youth, that kind of deal, you know, people with disabilities, that kind of thing. Then I also see soul satisfaction. Yes, if you do this and you follow this path, you will have soul satisfaction. So here again, we have the rainbow. I also want to point out this art over here, okay? Which also kind of looks like, to me, this is also why I thought these guys were a couple. It looks like a little wedding ceremony kind of altar space, right? A lot of weddings have one of those over the top. And so that's also why I saw that these people in life were married, perhaps, like grandparents or a cool aunt and uncle or something like that. It could just be dual aspects of male feminine energy, but since we're looking at spirit guides, I'm thinking that there's definitely like for some of you like a couple that has stayed together on the other side to come and help. Okay, so I'm seeing here that if you do these things, you will reach soul satisfaction. They want you to honor your uniqueness and do what makes you feel good. I see another kid looking up. I see this person working like they're doing like charity work maybe, okay? And it's all being overseen by this spirit guide, all right? beautiful energy. And it looks like working with kids in some capacity is going to give you some kind of soul satisfaction. It's like some kind of a path that you're supposed to be on, pile threes. Then we also have lots of 30s. 35, divine potential, fulfill your destiny, be all you can be. See the scroll? I'm definitely getting like a mentor teacher vibe. And that the more you keep doing this, that spiritually you're going to evolve as well, not just emotionally, not just growing like in your career, which I'm seeing obviously, but it's going to be this major like soul uplifting thing. It's like this is what you were supposed to do, pile threes. Your guides are coming through saying this is what you were meant, this is your purpose. Okay. Also, we have enter the magic, live in the now, seize the moment. They're saying that right now is the time. Okay. If you're worried about like, oh, I don't know if the timing's right, I don't know if we're in the right spot for this, they're saying the time is now. I'm also seeing like number 6, which also is like a number for home and family. Okay. So maybe this is saying to seize the time with your own family and spend some time with your own kids is what I'm seeing for some of you. Okay. And I'm also seeing this idea of like this divine light coming all the way from your crown, all the way down through all your chakras, through your root, and down into the earth. Okay. And it's being supported below and above. So like you're getting full spiritual support from your guides above and below. So your guides here on earth have got your back, your guides above have got your back, your guides down in the deepest crevices of the earth. Okay. And if we're not spiritual people, then we're talking about the crevices and top to bottom of your own mind and consciousness. Okay. But this idea of it's now. This is the time to do it now. Okay. Be all you can be. Jump into this aspect now. If it's like you're very busy and you have a lot of kids and you haven't been spending as much time with them, they're saying that now is the time to do that. If you're thinking about changing career and working with kids, now is the time to do that. If you're, a YouTuber and you've been thinking like, man, I get a lot of like kid followers, maybe I should start doing some young people, videos or stuff that's geared towards young people. Now is the time to do it, is what your guides are saying. Like, full stop. It's time to go with it. And 10, access your gifts. I also like the number 10 as like a completion of things. I also see a multi-talentedness on your part, that in this life you have all these gifts. Okay. I'm seeing this horse has wings. He has a horn. So he's very much like in the spiritual air, earth magic. Okay. And then transformation with the dragonfly. This is something that you're coming into, pile threes, and it's divinely ordained, that it's your gift. It's what you're supposed to do. Okay. Accept who you truly are. Oof. The fact that I'm getting so nauseated means that we're right on the money. Oh, okay. Let's get some tarot to get some clarification on your guides on this path. But I mean, I feel like I could almost stop this video right now, because it's like we are right on the money and cards just went flying out in the tarot realm. So let's get you some stuff there. Sorry, a bunch of them fell on the floor, so I'm going to go retrieve them. They all fell upright. Oh, with the exception of this one, but they all fell up facing me. So I'm going to go ahead. I hope you can hear me. I'm going to scooch over here out of this sun patch that's coming in. And I'm going to try to lay these out so that you can see them all. I'm going to move these up. Move these up. And you got... This was the last one that came out, actually. Okay. And you got 8 cards that came out. Let's see if I can squish them all together. Yep, okay. So this is what I'm seeing. pile threes. So with the Knight of Pentacles, I'm seeing from them that you've got an idea that this is what you're supposed to do, but you've been going slow and taking your time, and that has been fine. But now it's time to put that plan into action and actually execute it. Okay, so I'm seeing with this that there's been like a delay, and your guides are saying that that's fine, that you were learning things, but that it's time to answer the call. And that's what I'm getting with this card. This card is answer that call from above, from your guides. Okay, that it is time to move forward. Okay, and I'm getting the teacher card underneath this, be a beacon, right? Or be a spiritual leader, or however you want to look at it. The Hierophant is like a spiritual leader and teacher card. Okay, so I'm definitely getting this sense of we're right on the money with this helping kids kind of scenario, or helping those that are younger than you spiritually, at least. And then over here we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is like, if you do this, see how this person's standing with like the bird, the guide is right there, is what I'm seeing this as, and that you've cultivated and worked and done all these wonderful things on earth, and now is the time to communicate that you want to do it. Now is not the time to be hiding who you are. Okay, and that's what I'm picking up from this pile, is this idea of stepping into your magic, stepping into who you are. Okay, so all of this stuff here is right on the money as far as what your guides are trying to say. Like, I have all these guides above you stating to you that they want you to be some kind of a beacon of hope for those who are less fortunate than you, okay, who are emotionally less developed than you are, spiritually less developed than you are, and that there's no need to hesitate anymore, that now is the time for action. Gosh, I really don't have anything else for pile three. Like, I feel like your reading has been like at least 5 minutes, 7 minutes shorter than the others, but like it's so clear that I really don't see anything else that I can elaborate on. I'm also getting a sense of family for some of you, that for some of you this is just being there with your kids, but for a lot of the rest of you, I'm seeing that this is a gift, that it's something you're supposed to transform into, that it's completely and totally ordained by the powers that be, that it's your spiritual calling, and that it's time to put it into action. Yeah. So, and I think it has something to do with working with kids for a lot of you. Okay, either your own kids, the kids that are in your life or in your careers. Maybe you're switching into that career. Maybe it's something you always wanted to do, but you weren't sure you had like the time or the money or the, or if it was even meant to be. Okay, and from what I'm hearing from your guides, this is totally meant to be. So if you're already in this type of work, what else am I getting in? Okay, so if you're already in this kind of work, this is coming into me already, like I forgot to mention it or something. Somebody's like, hey, don't forget to tell them. If you're already in this kind of work, your guides are saying you're exactly where you're supposed to be, you're exactly where you are meant to be, you're in exactly the right field for your soul. If this is the kind of work you're doing, even if it's not your job and it's more like a hobby or a spiritual calling, it doesn't matter. Like, that's what your soul is purposed for. So that is what I am picking up for you, pile number threes. I hope you liked this. Please let me know in the comments if this resonated with you, and give me ideas for future readings. Stay safe and savvy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, pile fours. So if you picked this pile, the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle, this is going to be your reading about who are your spirit guides. Who are your spirit guides? This is a great reading because whoever's tuning in right now, your guides are coming in full force. Like, I haven't been having to shuffle very long. Everything's just popping right out to me. All right, we've got five cards here. That's pretty good. And since they landed this way, let's go from the bottom to the top. So let's see. We have here Hathor light codes, light immersion, full system upgrade, and power recall. We also have Venusian Galactic Council, Star Being Guides, Answer the Call, Time to Shine. Sorry for the glare, although I have to tell you, pile 4, this card is just as bright to me as it is to you right now. Okay, and then really had a good use of light. We have third eye activation, brow chakra, inner vision, and clear seeing. We have ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage and boundaries. And then we also have angelic frequency. Angels are here, you are safe, potent connection. Excellent. Okay, so pile 4s. What I would also like to point out is you got 5 cards and the rest of the group's got 6. But 5 is a very potent little number. So I think we're going to honor that and go with what we've got. So Hathor light codes. I am just now starting to study the other souls and worlds beyond what they say is like the earthly realm, okay, like this realm that I'm in right now. I've been studying about like light beings and star seeds and all that, Akashic records and all that crazy stuff. So to give you a little background, if you're not familiar, the idea behind, or I should say, I'm just going to give you kind of what I kind of believe is this idea that this universe or this existence, this planet, okay, is not the only one and that there's other ones out there. So what I'm sensing from this pile, and the whole reason why you were drawn to this pile, is you definitely have some guide energy that is non-human, pile 4. Okay, so as far as that goes, I definitely, if I were you, would Google and look up like light codes and Hathor. And if I'm saying that wrong, I apologize because I'm just starting to study this stuff. But this idea of like your guides are coming through saying that it's time for you to like immerse yourself in light, to do a full system like soul upgrade and get all of your power back. Let me close this door real quick. So with that being said, you might hear some sounds out there because I hear my husband is moving around. All right. We also have Venusian Galactic Council. Again, this is star being guides. Okay, so they just gave you the answer right there. There's like 3 I'm seeing. Okay, so you might have 3 guides coming through, but they're telling you that it's time to answer your call and it's time to shine. So I feel like you were drawn to this pile 4s because there's some non-human energy within you as well. Like perhaps your soul is not a human soul and you decide to, in the other world, come to this planet as a human being to help counsel the human beings on this earth, okay, from a higher realm. Does that make sense? For some of you, I'm definitely getting that through. For others of you, if you're not one of those beings, you definitely have beings in your corner, in your spiritual council that are here to help guide you. Then with third eye activation, your guides are coming through telling you to start doing some meditation on opening your third eye chakra. That's the point in the middle of your forehead to help you hone and harness this psychic vision that's coming through for you. It's very powerful energy. So your guides are saying that you're a powerful being, that you may even be psychic, and it's time to start meditating and breaking open that third eye so that you see things clearly from a spiritual perspective. Then I'm also seeing here with the ancestral realm that you have a very strong bunch of ancestral guides as well, and they're here to actually help you heal the wounds. Did you hear that pop over there with that candle? That's always a good sign. To heal your wounds with like current earth energy, current family and relationship energy, any karma that came through family lineage. So like with like, for example, and I'm not picking this up specifically, but like if your family had like, you know, people always say like, oh, like alcoholism runs in our family or that kind of thing. You know, cancer runs in our family, that sort of thing. This is a release of this line, okay? Because I am again getting that sense of like the non-human souls, that you're not bound to that same karma because your soul wasn't part of that lineage, okay? Your place in that lineage is of a higher frequency from a different plane. That's heavy. That you were here with these ancestors to help them because many of them were human. Those who have passed away in the deep past now realize that, okay? And they're here to thank you and to help guide you while you are on the earth, because if you're aware that you're a non-human soul on a human planet, it's hard to be here. And you picked a nice, rough little challenge for yourself on this plane. It's a rewarding challenge, but it's one of the steepest paths that you can follow spiritually. That's what I'm getting. But you're also picking up this awesome angelic frequency. Angels are here. You're safe. You have a potent connection to these guides. And so what they're telling you is that now is the time to feel safe and feel secure in pursuing. Did you hear the pop again? Lots of strong energy coming through. It's time for you to pursue this and start studying this path. Is what I'm getting from your guides, pile 4. So let's go ahead and pull some tarot and see if we can get some clarification on more energy from your guides. I need like 1 or 2 more tarot cards, I feel like. There's one. I feel this one's slipping. Any others? Oh my, okay. I'd say that would be a sign. All right. So we have the Hierophant, number 5 in the tarot cards. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse. Sorry for the noises. My husband is up cooking food. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Swords, the Death card, and the World. Okay, good. All right. Very clear. So what I'm picking up here, and with not all of the reversals that we've had, but a lot of them, there's been this like as above, so below quality to them, and we'll talk about that with this one. This one I'm actually reading as the actual reversal of the 5 of Swords, which is also very positive. So with the Hierophant, or Hierophant, however you want to say it, this is the teacher card. Okay, so I feel very much like your guides from the other plane, the ones that are not human guides, are definitely the ones that are like in charge of you, as far as like the ones who are supposed to teach you things. These guides I see as being, like I said, human people that were in your past ancestors, in your bloodline here on Earth, that you were actually like the non-human in their human lineage, okay? And that you were there to teach them something. And so now that they've passed on, they are here to help you in your earthly journey because you came to Earth for a reason, okay? So they're here to help teach you how to be a non-human soul on a human planet, which is hard. The 5 of Swords, a lot of times when it's upright, it's talking about winning something, but winning it at the cost of others, okay? Or winning something at too much of a cost for even yourself. With it being reversed, I'm seeing that this is very much something that you are doing for others, okay? That you're being called to do for others. So you came to this earth as a non-human soul to a human planet, in order to help human beings. Okay. And from what I can tell, you're doing a bang up job with the Queen of Pentacles showing up right here. That she is the master of living on the earth, of earthly matters, right? Physicality, health, money, everything physical. And so I'm seeing with this that with the actions that you've been taking, your guides are saying that you're already doing a bang up job, pile 4, and that they're just here to help continue doing that for you. With the Queen of Wands in reverse, what I'm seeing with that isn't anything negative from Queen of Wands being in the reverse. I'm seeing that if you do that third eye activation, and it showed up right underneath this card here, is this idea that they want you to take that spiritual Queen of Wands energy, because this is very much the goddess of the earth. This is very much the goddess of like inspiration and spiritual connection, okay, and higher purpose and fiery, like passionate stuff, your passions in life. So this, I'm seeing them saying, this is what you need to do on earth right now to help you move forward. The Knights are always about movement, right? To help you move forward and help you better communicate. The swords are about communication with your humans. Okay. I'm also seeing with the Death card that for some of you, this idea of not being a human soul is going to be a huge change for you, a shift in your perception. But it's something that you need to get used to. I'm not seeing a whole lot of like soul energy here from like people in this group who are human souls. If you are a human soul on this earth, then you're definitely here to do this type of spiritual work and help bridge the gap between human beings and these non-human beings that are here to help us, the angels, the guides, the starseeds, that type of thing, light workers, etc. Okay. And I'm also seeing with the Death card that some of you are being called because of your position from your guides. They're saying to you that your position on earth is to directly help people, human beings, as they pass on and pass out of this world into the next. Okay. And that you're here to help introduce them to like these concepts for people who are in despair that don't know that there's anything else out there as they approach death. So some of you might be working, your guides might be calling you to work with like elderly or people who are terminally ill. Okay, some of you might already do that, and that's why you've been called into that profession. And maybe why your guides are coming through in this way is to explain to you that it's not to make things too hard for you. It's what you were here to do. Pile 4s. I see with the World card as well that if you continue to heed these lessons and practice the things that they're doing or telling you to do, okay, channel the energy of the Queen of Wands, channel the energy of your psychic powers and your soul connection with what you're supposed to be doing here, okay, with these beings. And that will bring you full circle from birth to death in this life. It will bring you full circle and accomplish what you came here to this earth to do. So with that being said, yeah, lots of ancestral energy, angelic energy, and non-human light immersion in star beings. So if you're not familiar with that realm, I would definitely look into it and study into it, pile 4s. I'm also seeing you helping maybe even like maybe some of you might look into like funeral direction type stuff, helping people, helping the living carry their dead and honor their dead is also something I'm seeing. Some of you might be in the medical field of like using the dead to learn things like cadavers. Okay. It's kind of interesting. Like, I'd like to know what some of you do for a living and what some of you are interested in. For some of you, this might be a spiritual calling where you're spiritually helping people live life on earth and having hope for the afterlife as well. So that being said, I would definitely do some studying on the Queen of Wands, do some studying on the Hierophant, and also this idea of who were your ancestors, where do you come from? Study up on that and see what those cultures can teach you about yourself. And also learning from past mistakes of those that you saw come before you. I would start looking into doing meditations on the angelic realm and learning about the different angels that are out there, because that's a very interesting aspect to spirituality that I'm not as familiar with, but I'm starting to get into because it's very interesting. And then like star being guides and answering the call and light immersion. And those are like super duper out of this world kind of things that I think some of you will find very, at least interesting if you study them. Look at that. The candle just is about to go out. Um, that was a very magic little candle experience that we had today. It's been popping and giving us all kinds of confirmations that your guides have been here with you. And so with that, pile of fours, I'm hoping that this gives you some direction, because your guides are definitely some very, very cool, powerful and awesome energy coming through. So I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know in the comments if this resonated for you and how it resonated for you. Let me know what you do for a living, or what what kind of, like, if you know you're not a human soul, what kind of soul are you? I'd love to know. And then also give me some ideas on topics for future readings, because I kind of suck at picking them right now. And I am always happy to have new things coming up. So with that being said, pile number fours, thank you so much for joining in today. And I know it was a short one for you guys, but honestly, I feel like we got across everything we need to. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close. Stay safe and savvy. Have a wonderful day, and hopefully we will see you in one of my next ones. Take care. Bye-bye.